Now on YouTube, what's going on, Lankowski, and welcome back to Lew and Lank on the Premier League. I hope you are all well on this. It's Monday evening, but me and Lew are both very committed to the cause. We've got stuff on in IRL the rest of the week, so we are currently filming it now. Lew is dying a death or unaliving. So he may seem spaced out during this, but he's been on narcotics all weekend, so that's why he's looking rough.
Oh, yeah.
As you can tell. So as always, if you haven't seen the series, podcast, video, whatever, it's a floating head video. You can put it on in the background. Go do other things, but make sure you watch it all and you like and subscribe.
And comment.
But yes, we are going to run through the previous week's fixtures. What were the game week 8's fixtures and results, and review our choices. We are not going into game week 9's fixtures because there is a stupid international break that no one cares about.
Again.
So that video, So that video will be going up separately next week, and then I'll have my little Lank on Leeds, and then if Lew feels brave enough, he may test the waters on Borough. But without further ado, we'll jump straight into the fixtures for game week 8. First game I have up is Luton at home to Spurs.
Yeah. It's just same old. Luton are still shockingly bad and somehow managed to lose with 10 men.
Yeah, but oh my god, those stats in first half. Wow, we were.
Yeah,
that did not look great.
It wasn't pretty. Yeah.
I mean, Basuma getting 2 yellows in space of 10 minutes. That's just a bit stupid. Roughing and diving, apparently. So that's just.
Yeah, it's the first time I see someone being sent off for diving in a while. You don't really see it.
I'm all for it, to be honest. I did see bits and bats of this game. The guy who scored for Spurs, Van den Ven, I have no idea who he is, and I've never heard of him up until he scored that goal. That's about all I've got to write on that chapter.
Yeah, Spurs carry on winning.
Yeah.
Not convincing, but they're getting the job done.
The Chogaloo
And
train is very much rolling at this point. So that's good to see. I'm all for it. Now that Will's greatest number 9 has left, and somehow they're winning more games. So weird, ain't it?
Your favourite player?
Yeah, absolutely. But I did have a bug in my bedroom again all the time. I did have a Spurs win, so I have got 1 point. Blue.
Likewise, I had a Spurs win. I didn't think it'd be this close, but I also didn't account for Spurs being 10 men for most of the game.
Yeah. This week's prize is 1 point after last week's
quadruple
rollover. Currently 6-1, is it?
That it is.
Yeah. So Lou's got some fighting back to do. Moving on to game 2, which was Burnley at home to Chelsea. And look at you go, Lou.
I said Chelsea were turning the corner, and they went 1-0 behind, and you thought, oh, the worst.
Yeah, and they equalised with an own goal.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people taking the piss, and then the Chelsea kind of turned it on in style.
Your striker even got a goal. How?
Yeah, Jackson came on off the bench and scored. Sterling got a few assists and scored. Cole Palmer scored.
Yeah, Cole Palmer got man at match by the look of it from here.
Yeah, Caicedo was good. They were all solid. Still don't understand the pundits after the game. Gary Neville said that Chelsea needed another centre back. They want a challenge for the league. And I'm like, got about 7.
Team.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Jamie Carragher said they need a keeper, a centre back, a midfielder, and a striker.
To be honest, I'd go with keeper.
Robert Sanchez.
Is Sanchez your number 1?
Yeah. I mean, he's been alright. I mean, Chelsea got, the 3rd best defence in the league? Yeah, 3rd best.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really what you call a household name, but I suppose that don't really matter these days, does it? As long
It,
as it does the job.
it's been solid. Yeah, Burnley were they often they put, but they didn't really put up much of a fight, and I think Chelsea just kind of dominated them in the end. They probably should have had more. They had the chances. Yeah, there wasn't really much more to add. It was yeah,
Okay.
back to wins for the first time
Yeah.
in God knows how long.
I had a Chelsea win, so that's yet another point for myself.
Likewise, a Chelsea win.
Oh, excuse me. Next up is Everton versus the Cherries, or Bournemouth for you uninitiated. Um, who'd have thunk this coming, really? I had a draw, so I'm out of it straight away. Everton 3-0. Ex and current Leeds lad, or Leeds player, Jack Harrison scoring and assisting. Um, I wouldn't mind him back. He was there during the dark times. He put himself about. Didn't really like how he exited the club, but wasn't really a fuss around him. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on Jack Harrison.
Um, I think Sean Dyche is starting to slowly get his message across. Everton is starting to pick up
Mm-hmm.
points, pick up goals. I did have an Everton win, by the way.
Oh fuck.
3-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bournemouth. I said they are just dire, and there will be you'll be hard pressed to find a team worse than them at the moment. But I think they're very fortunate in the fact that there might actually be genuinely three worse teams this year, and that might be the only reason they still.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I say every single week, Sinistera, Tyler Adams, and Max Aaron's. We'll see you next year.
Hmm.
Fucking snakes. Yeah, I feel like this is one of those games where you look at it and you're like, yeah, it could be a ball draw, or it could, go how it has. I can see why it's gone like it is. Bournemouth are just Kieran Dyer. Everton, as Everton will just do Everton and like cling to Premier League status by the skin of a teeth.
Their home form's going to keep them in the league.
Like it always does. I don't know what's happening with this whole takeover surrounding Everton, but apparently Leeds, Leicester, who else went down last season?
Leicester,
Southampton, and someone else all said if they get taken over, the new owners will be sued for 300 million per club. So that's something interesting for breaching financial fair play during the season, where obviously last season where we all got relegated. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out. I don't know whether that's in the mind of the new prospective owners, but it is what it is. Lose 1 up on me. Lose 3-2 up. Our next game that we had was Fulham and Sheffield United.
a bit dire, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we both said that this game was going to be shocking, and neither team can really score goals. But when you're playing Sheffield United, anyone can score goals.
I mean, they left it late, like.
My nan could score goals. Yeah, but championship mentality. I mean, Sheffield United is just.
They're just there to make the numbers up, aren't they, really?
Yeah, what do you say? Like, in the second half, they had no shots at all. They had 43% possession. How can you Oh no, that were in the first half. Second half, they had 2 shots on goal. Wow,
big improvement. It must have been a good team, Tom.
Yeah. There's not really a lot to say.
Bobby Decortiva Dover Reed.
That's the one. I can never fucking pronounce it ever. Foderingham with an own goal, and Willian 90 plus 2 minutes to seal the victory. I keep forgetting that Willian's there.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's not really a lot to add on this. It was not an exciting game in any way, shape, or form. No one predicted it to be an exciting game. Again, like I keep saying, quite possibly the worst 3 teams to ever come up into the Premier League, and that statement is getting rung true every game week. Still only October, so I mean, I've got a chance to be proven wrong yet, but you know, it is what it is. I did have a Fulham win.
I had a draw. I don't know what possessed me to think they should have. I mean, they scored a goal, so I was, yeah, that was
Yeah.
a bad choice on my part.
3-3 then. Going into next game, which is...
Oh God, I know what this is. It's the Man United Brentford one. Jesus Christ.
Yes. Oh, God almighty. When I saw the 1-0 up, I laughing my tits off. And yet again, they got absolutely fucking jammy with 2 goals in the last... 2 goals in injury time.
Well, they scored 3, didn't they?
Well, yeah, 1 goal.
They scored 1 and they got disallowed, and I was like, like they thought they were in it, and then out of nowhere, Brentford just collapsed. Dude, two goals in added time. Harry Maguire got an assist. Both of them.
Lionel McTominay. Thought he were playing against Leeds again.
I still think the keeper should have saved off them, but that's by the by. Yeah, Man United were dug out of a hole. Onana made another mistake for the goal.
Best keeper in the world. Best keeper to play out front back. Ten Hag is absolutely. You can tell he's from you can tell he's from where he is from, because he must smoke a lot of fucking spliff. He's absolutely deluded.
Rashford was hooked off again. He was all greedy, didn't do anything.
Too busy thinking about all those children. Don't worry about it.
He's persistently playing Bruno Fernandes out of position to accommodate Mason Mount, who's done absolutely nothing to justify it.
Yeah. I mean, I hate Scum and I hate Fernandes just for how he is. He's a great player. You can't deny that.
He's not a likable player.
How he conducts himself is pathetic and vile, and he should be sent off for the stuff he does, just to make him stop doing it. But it's pretty much the talisman of that team, you'd say? Would you go that far? It's probably one of the most creative players on that pitch.
I'd say it's a standout. I know Rashford's the poster boy, but I'd say Bruno Fernandes. Previously you would have said Casemiro, but he's completely gone off the boil this season.
Yeah, I was going to say between Fernandes and Casemiro, it's those two pretty much just dictate that midfield role, and to play him out of position, it's I don't know really what you can say. Ten Hag seems to be no better than any other manager they've got, including Solskjaer. So I mean that really says a lot. Obviously I am biased whilst I am wearing my Leeds top, so take it with a pinch of salt if you will, but my honest opinions, I think Ten Hag is very lucky to be not in a job, but fucking hell, he's not doing Scum proud, let's put it this way. I had a Brentford win. Fuck it.
I had a Man United win, and I think that might be genuinely the most lucky point I've ever earned.
Oh god. So that is 4-3 to Lou. Moving on to the next game is Crystal Palace versus Nottingham Forest.
Another dire game.
For some reason, this was the evening game on Saturday. Why?
I did not watch it, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not surprised. Neither did I. As I've said plenty of times, Roy Hodgson does Roy Hodgson things with Palace. Steve Cooper.
The Steve Cooper things?
I don't know. I feel like he's one of the most underrated managers in the league.
They're quite high compared to where they're.
That's what I mean. To do what he's doing with that Forest team, but he's still sort of taped together or band-aided together. I think he's doing very well for what he's got. By the look of it, it was not like everyone thought it was going to be a very bore draw, and there's nothing else I can say about that.
Yeah, both teams get a point. I can't imagine either of them will be. I mean, Forest had 16 shots. Just looking at that. So, yeah, I don't think either team will be upset with picking up points at this stage.
Yeah, that's it. Pick them up, keep them fucking going, keep a points tally ticking over. Yeah, I had a draw, so that is currently 4 points for me.
I had Forest win.
Is that 4-all?
That is 4-all. Forest were the better
Yeah,
team though.
4-all. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where my fucking weekend ended, because Sunday.
Oh, it was dire. It was generally dire.
Oh my Jesus Christ! How? I'll just be honest with you. I got every single fucking thing wrong, and like, what a Sunday, Super Sunday to an extent. First up, we had Brighton Liverpool. I don't know whether to feel a bit hard done by here, but it is what it is.
I think Liverpool. I think Brighton was the better team here. I think Liverpool just had that flurry where they had like a solid 20 minutes. They bossed the game, got the goals, but yeah, I think Brighton had chances to win it and they just didn't take them.
I mean, it's a very good result for Brighton.
Saying that, Liverpool did hit the bar. They just scored there.
Yeah, a point for him. Lewis Dunk getting a goal. Still one of the most underrated centre halves in at least English football. At least. How no bigger team snapped him up is beyond me. But yes, I had Liverpool win, so that is very much a point thrown away for myself.
I also had a Liverpool win. I don't know. I could see Brighton getting something, but I just didn't think it. We'll say though, Salah's like going a bit under the radar with how many goals and assists he's getting this season.
Yeah. I mean, it's hitting a purple patch so far this season, isn't he? And he's just doing his thing. Doing his thing. That's gonna be an extra 50. Oh, sorry. That's gonna be an extra 50 mil on his price tag come January when Al Khalid or whatever they're called coming for him. Moving on swiftly. West Ham Newcastle.
This was an interesting one.
Yeah, I said this could be a rather little spicy game. Straight off the bat, I had a Newcastle win. Should have probably gone on ahead and gone draw.
I had a West Ham win.
Oof.
I will say, Newcastle were very lucky. Bruno Guimaraes or Guimaraes, however you want to say it. He shouldn't have been on the pitch, and he did get it. He didn't get an assist, but he got like a pass before the assist. Like he was the assist before the assist. He got that, but he shouldn't have been on the pitch at 1-0. It was 1-0 West Ham, and he made a tackle where he got a card, and he should have been sent off, but the referee balled it. And then Newcastle had a little 10-minute period where they just smashed and grabbed it. Isaac with 2 goals, and then West Ham.
It's nice to see Isaac getting a couple of goals. Hopefully that gets him running, because obviously he's their main target man or main point of attack.
Yeah.
So I mean, I sort of want to see Newcastle do well to an extent, but at the same time, I am a David Moyes fan, even though he were a scum manager.
Not for very long.
Yeah, West Ham seem to just do West Ham things, don't they? I mean, when you've got the likes of Jared Bowen and Paqueta and James Ward-Prowse, if they had a fucking centre forward instead of Antonio, bits might actually be done, but I don't know.
Do you find it
Maybe
interesting?
that's to come in the future.
Do you find it interesting that Bowen's just signed a 7-year deal? Bonkers.
I thought it were a bit weird that he has just signed a 7-year. That he signed a 7-year deal. I didn't think it's weird that he signed a new deal. But
unless he's got a buyout clause in it, is the only thing I think.
Maybe. But he did talk about how like West Ham come in and give him the chance to play where he's playing and do what he's doing, basically. So he's willing to give back to the club what they give to him. So I'm all for it. I love a bit of fucking loyalty. All you dirty little snaky bastards trying to get out of my club. Yeah, I'm all for it. So he can do what he wants. It is a good point you touch on. I'd imagine with it that length of deal, but quite possibly could be a buyout clause. I think I said last week that if someone doesn't come in for him in January, or at least next summer. There's something wrong, but this probably will put to an end with January thing.
Possibly.
Being-
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
January. Definitely summer will be back
Yeah,
in.
it'd be very interesting to see what happens in summer, especially if he carries on the form he's been in at the minute. But yeah, no else really to add on. I had a Newcastle win, so another nil plat for myself. Next up, the penultimate game of the weekend.
Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Wolves
versus
Villa. The Emery train has stopped at A Station for one game.
It has. I mean, a draw is not too bad, and especially at Derby.
No, I suppose, yeah. What is it? West Midlands? Derby?
Yeah, West Midlands.
Yeah. I mean, it looks a pretty even game, to be quite honest.
Yeah, Wolves.
Looking at all things.
I know you don't rate him, but Pedro Neto was really good again.
Yeah, you are correct. I do not rate him.
He was good. There was a red card in there.
Yeah, well, late on, Lamina got sent off for holding, but it was his second yellow card, so probably was last, or late on, like, tired fucking fouls that he commits, and hey, it's, it is what it is. He gets fucking sent off for it.
There's not really much to add to this. I had a Villa win. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a Villa win as well. Oh my god, could we go 0-8 on Sunday? Yes, we have gone 0-8 on maybe. I don't know. Then coming up to the big headline game of Super Sunday, it turned out to be quite possibly one of the drabbest games of the weekend. By gum, Arsenal at home to City, pretty much a title decider. Air quotes everywhere.
No.
Air quotes everywhere. Yeah, the two of the best in the league at the minute. Yeah, it was a bit. It was not even a bit. It was very lackluster for myself.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what else to say.
To me, it was a smash and grab, and Arsenal had more chances, but thought neither team really covered themselves in glory or what. Like neither team looked brilliant. Haaland was non-existent. Foden struggled. I thought Arsenal's tackle was blunt.
Yeah, looking at the stats, second half, Man City had one goal, one shot, and it wasn't even on target. Like, when have you ever heard of something like that happening with City against?
Yeah, it was a weird one.
Against Arsenal, which is like, I'm not knocking on Arsenal, but I'm just like, Man City have they're the FaZe clan out of football. They're the super team of football.
Bit of an ironic analogy right there.
Well, they were, yeah. What FaZe clan used to be when I used to watch CS, if anyone gets that quote. But yeah, I've got to admit, I was very much looking forward to this game, and I was very, very disappointed. A bit like, I suppose it could go down to a bit like the Arsenal scum last month were absolutely appalling up until like last 10 minutes or something like that.
No,
and then everything happened.
I don't think this game was
yeah.
Kovacic probably should have been sent off.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
I don't think the first one was a red, but definitely a yellow. Yeah, the way they're going on about Arsenal now, favourites, it's ridiculous. One game.
No, it's bullshit. It's absolutely
It was
stupid.
a smash and grab. It was a deflected goal. I don't even know if you can even give it to him as a goal. To me, it was Kai Havertz. We got an assist. He didn't do anything. He literally laid it off when he shot from the edge of the box, and it smacked him in the face and one-footed the keeper. Like, it wasn't. Yeah, it was just one of them where it's like hit and hope. If you don't shoot, you don't score.
Exactly. If you don't buy a ticket, you can't win the raffle. I had a City win.
I had a City win, although I did say that I thought it would be a draw, but I just went for City. It wasn't either.
So there we go. 0-8 on the Sunday, and 4-all overall.
Yeah, that's quite bad.
Okay. Yeah.
40%.
Yeah. So there is going to be a rollover next week when we do our picks. I'll currently run through the table right quick. Sitting top of a pile is Spurs. Who would have thought
Surprising.
that? Yeah, followed by Arsenal in second, City in third, Liverpool fourth, Villa fifth, Brighton sixth, and West Ham seventh. Very closely followed by Newcastle. Down the bottom, we have Everton 16th, 17th is Luton, Burnley 18th, 19th is Bournemouth, and Sheffield United still last with 1 point, 6 goals, 4 and 22 against. I stand by what I said. Quite possibly the 3 worst teams that have ever been promoted in one go. Bournemouth are just equally as bad, and this could be interesting to see who stays up.
I know they won, but I'd throw Everton in there as well.
Yeah, I mean Brentford are down there on 7 points, which is a bit of a weird one.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it is only game week 8, so take everything with a grain of salt. And on that bombshell, that is the roundup of game week 8 and the Premier League. I shall swiftly touch on Leeds United. Lank on Leeds. I'm always going Lou on Leeds. Who don't want to do Leeds? It's already poorly enough as it is. If you were a Leeds fan, it'd have been very much unalived. Yes, Lank on Leeds. Nice little win against Bristol City, to be honest. 2-1. The game was... I don't know. The game were all right. I feel like the goal that we give away was sloppy. But again, that's nothing new when it comes to us. Obviously, with Bristol City having Naki Wells, I always thought that whole curse of him playing against us was going to come back to haunt us. But luckily enough, we didn't have Calamity Cooper at the back. Strike played well alongside Rodon, so that's a nice partnership, hoping to develop there. I would like to see Cresswell more, but I don't know. Signs a new long-term deal and then don't play. Archie Gray at right back. I mean, it worked. It's not where I want him, but it worked. That obviously give a chance for Kamara in the holding midfielder role, and it did pretty well. There were a few little odd passes and stuff like that, but he got himself stuck in. He ran around. He put himself about, which is all Leeds fans want anyway. Just get stuck in and work for the team. Rutter, obviously, with the miss of the season so far, but I know why this is. There's also a striker that has just come back from injury to start training, who plays the violin, and he is French. So he's obviously been telling Rutter what he thinks he should do, because any other day, Rutter would have put that in. If you know who it is, comment down below.
You say it like it's a disease spreading.
It is. He's gone, you know what you should do? Is either literally teaching him how to be bad because he's bad, or is teaching him to be bad so he can get back in the lineup. I love him for what he did when we got promoted and after we got promoted. The time has come. I feel like he's still at the club because no one else wants him. But, whatever. That's fine. Rutter's actual contributions were immense. Once again, it seems to be going from strength to strength. There's always those couple of jinking, amazing runs he does per game, and then he just lays off some of the most stunning balls that I've ever seen. And Somerville's finish. Not Somerville's finish. Somerville's cross into Dan James, who sort of just ended up being in the right place. Yeah, pretty much being in the right place at the right time. I always said that his league might lend itself to him because of his speed. I still maintain that he's nothing but a 2020 version of Theo Walcott. Long may he prove me wrong, but he's also a Scum player, or ex-Scum. So, whatever. We've had ex-Scum players in the past. None of them turned us down to come crawling back. And then, obviously, the best striker in the Championship, Pirot, with fucking outstanding finish. The touch, the little edge to create a bit of space, and then just the finish were sublime as always. But yeah, like I said, good win against Bristol City. They're not always the greatest team to play against. Next up, where are we? I believe we have Norwich. Let me just double check that. Yep, Norwich on the 21st, which is a week on Saturday, 3:00 kickoff away at Norwich. We currently sit 5th in the Championship table. Where are we? 19 points. Wow, Leicester really got 30 points. Holy fucking shitballs! I never realised that.
Ipswich are flying as well.
Yeah, Ipswich are flying as well. So you got Leicester, Ipswich, Preston, Sunderland, Leeds, Birmingham, all vying for the promotion places. Just followed very closely by 4 teams: Norwich, Cardiff, Hull, and Southampton. Yeah, Daniel Farker is getting his message across, it seems. The team is starting to play as a team, which is nice to see. I was very worried before the international break and the first international break, and that sort of helped us to fall into position with Daniel's ways. So all may it continue. All I will say, as always, is let's take it one game at a time. There's 40 odd games left to play. Let's just take it one game at a time. If it comes to May and we're still up here, then we can start getting ourselves excited, unless we're in playoffs, because we all know what our fucking record's like in the playoffs. So yes, that's Lank on Leeds. Just a quick short roundup. If you have any comments about it, please do leave them below, and I will message you back, and we'll have a little chinwag. Lou, do you want to touch on the Borough, or have you got enough energy?
I'll touch on them when I'm a bit more enthusiastic.
Okay, doke. On that bombshell, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe. Lou's link is in my description. My little link is in his description. Also in my description should have the rest of the playlist to Lank on Leeds and Lou and Lank on the Premier League. So if you want to go watch them back and see our previous predictions, you are more than welcome. This should be coming out probably Wednesday.
Sometime around there. Yeah,
probably Wednesday. Until next time, I hope you all enjoy yourselves, and peace out.
Adios.